All right, so today we're going to watch Daily Wire Dunce Michael Knowles call for civil war if Trump gets removed from the ballot. And also, this was in response to a video, or a clip, I should say, a clip of Mike Huckabee saying that future elections will be decided by bullets rather than ballots if Trump does not win or if he is removed from the ballot. I actually made a video on that. You should go and check that video out because Michael Knowles actually plays that clip in this video, and we're going to skip through that clip because I already covered it. Michael Knowles, everybody.
Mike Huckabee just got into hot water. Oh boy, all the left-wing opposition groups, they were sending this clip around. This was on Governor Huckabee's excellent show, Huckabee, on which he said that if
Not an excellent show.
Legal shenanigans that the liberals are trying right now to keep Trump off the ballot, if they stop Trump from winning the election, then this will be the last election decided by ballots rather than bullets.
Yeah, I wonder why, I wonder his face he gets that creepy smile, so happy when they run this clip here. But I wonder why so many people were clicked to call out Mike Huckabee because, again, he went on his program and literally said if Trump gets removed from the ballot, we're going to war.
There it is. He's threatening. He's another insurrectionist. We got to throw Mike Huckabee in prison for 20 years.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Mike Huckabee said nothing wrong. Every single thing Mike Huckabee just said is right.
Okay.
Regardless of even what happens in the election and how you interpret it.
What does that mean, Michael? What do you mean how you interpret it? What does that mean? I have news for you, Michael, and apparently all conservatives now. Elections in this country are free, they're fair, and we have measures to make sure that they are free and fair and election fraud doesn't happen. So, people that are sitting in power like Donald Trump, can't just not have not have a peaceful transfer of power. In an election, a presidential election is not open for interpretation. That's not how that shit works. The interpretation part is the people going and voting. The outcome, that's the outcome of the people's interpretations. That's what that is. You don't interpret the outcome of the election however you want. Whoever wins the election wins the election. Donald Trump. I mean, if we're going to go by popular fucking vote, Donald Trump lost popular vote in 2016 and 2020. So, if there was no electoral college, Donald Trump wouldn't have been president in 2016. And he definitely wouldn't have been president in 2020, which, he wasn't. He lost that election. It's not open for interpretation. And I don't understand why a grown-ass man, I mean, he's a Republican grifter, but I don't understand how a grown-ass man can actually sit there on a show in front of a crew and on his set with a straight face, sit there with a straight face and say some stupid shit like that.
If the legal mechanisms that the liberals are trying to use, which are really illegal mechanisms.
What is, number one, you're going to have to define mechanism because I don't think that's an appropriate word to use in this context. Also, they're not illegal. These are the same motherfuckers that run around and say that the left doesn't want to lock criminals up and they want criminals to roam the streets and, the radical left, doesn't care about prosecuting criminals, this, that, and third. Do you guys care about people that commit criminal activity being prosecuted? Do you guys care about that? Because when it's Donald Trump who committed crimes, who's being criminally prosecuted, you sit there and cry and whine and bitch about it and say it's wrong. So why are we going to hold the President of the United States? I need this answered for me from conservatives. I need a legitimate answer. Why are we going to hold the President of the United States to a lower standard than we would hold, say, someone like you or me? Shouldn't we hold the president and our elected officials and people like police officers to a higher standard because they have actual power and things that normal people might not have access to? Should we not hold them to a higher fucking standard? I don't understand this at all. This is these people suck Trump off like he gives a fuck about any of them. He doesn't care. Trump doesn't care about anybody except himself.
If they succeeded.
If he did, then he wouldn't be in the position that he was in now.
Taking Trump off the ballot in certain places, then the likelihood of civil war is much higher.
No, it's not. This is not a normal fucking thing. This is not normal behavior for any human being. Okay? This is not normal behavior for human beings. People like Tim Pool and Michael Knowles calling for civil war all the time, that is not normal. And I don't really like using the word normal because I think that, you know, normal can mean can be so different depending on where you're at in the world. This is not normal at all, okay? What do you mean the likelihood of civil war is much higher if Trump gets removed from the ballot? Why? Is Trump the only goddamn conservative that you people can vote? Is he really the only person that you guys will vote for? What would happen if Trump had if he was serving his second term? What are you guys going to do after Trump is gone? That guy's going to die one day. What are these people going to do when Trump fucking dies? Are they all going to cry? I mean, what the fuck's going to happen to all these conservatives when Trump's not here anymore? I feel like they'll all just like spontaneously combust. Is Trump the only fucking person that these people would be willing to vote for? The only person, really. No Vivek Ramaswamy, DeSantis, no one talks about him anymore. Why? Why do these people suck his cock so fucking hard? They act like he cares. He doesn't care. And I'm pretty sure, at least, I mean, I don't know if Michael Knowles knows it or not, but regular fucking working class people, Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about those people. They act like he's he's going to call Donald Trump here an opposition leader here in a second. To what? Opposition leader to what?
The last time that we had a president elected.
That dude's the dirtiest fucking, he's so fucking corrupt. His fucking kids and his family is involved in his corruption top to bottom. They call it the Biden crime family, when in reality, Donald Trump's family is literally committed multiple criminal offenses, and they have been prosecuted for them multiple different times. So,
not being on the ballot in a number of states was immediately before the Civil War. That's just an historical fact. He's not saying if Trump loses the election fair and square, then the next election's going to be decided by bullets rather than ballots. He's saying if these unfair...
Now, see, Michael here. Michael and a lot of these conservative hosts, you know, they sit there and they say, well, when it comes to... I'm going to use transgenders, as an example. So when they're speaking about a transgender person, they can't even fathom the concept of gender being a social construct. That's not even something they can get past. So before they start talking about this, you already know it's going to be bullshit. But when they talk about a transgender person, they say things like, oh, well, there's only two genders, and you can't make up your own gender. You can't interpret your own gender, this, that, and the other. But then these conservatives, to try to defend other conservatives, they will go on their show and play very, very crazy-ass, dangerous comments like Mike Huckabee saying, future elections will be decided by bullets rather than ballots. And Michael Knowles they go on there to try to do defense for them. They say, well, this is really what he meant by it. So if other people can't interpret things or, say things or some type of way because they have opposing beliefs to you, why do you get to do it? Why do you get to sit there and say, well, this is what Mike Huckabee really meant by it? I don't believe that. I'm not going to buy anything you fucking say. I know what he meant by it. I saw the clip. I played the clip in the video, the whole entire clip that Michael Knowles played. The people that literally sit here and listen to this stuff, I mean, part of me feels bad for them. Because this shit is awful. This is the worst kind of propaganda I can think of. And propaganda can be good. It can be a good thing. I mean, it almost never is, but...
They're often illegal.
This is garbage. This shit is garbage. I cannot believe the amount of resources and time and money that is spent on producing someone like Michael Knowles' show, and the content is goddamn awful. Shittiest bottom of the barrel scum propaganda.
then you're going to have a breakdown of the electoral order. That's obviously true. It's even true.
Donald Trump is the one that was literally trying to, as much as he could, break down the electoral order, whatever that is.
If the liberals exert this kind of power and keep the conservative from having a fair shake at being elected.
No, they're not. They're not. These people, again, I'm going to say it again, they're acting like Donald Trump is the only fucking conservative, and if he's not on the ballot, it's just going to be Joe Biden. It's going to be like that Simpsons meme where he walks in and he keeps trying to vote for Obama and it just keeps making it Romney. That's not going to happen. There's going to be fucking someone on the ballot. That's a fucking Republican that you're going to be able to vote for. I don't know who that is now, but there's going to be someone on the fucking ballot. Chill the fuck out. These people are insane and stupid.
Even then, even if the conservatives do nothing and they sit at home on their hands, it will nevertheless remain true that the future elections will be decided by bullets rather than ballots, because the bullets will be in the guns pointed by the state at the people who want to challenge the regime.
Yes. It was just a metaphor. It was just a metaphor to describe the radical left Biden regime. I see, Michael. I see. Thank you for clearing that up.
If there is no longer to be any real political opposition permitted in the United States, if every time an actual opposition leader tries to run, he gets shut down because the liberals won't even let him be placed on the ballot.
What fucking opposition to what? Just progressives? Democrats? Opposition to what? What do you mean? Again, they treat Trump like he's some type of outsider, like he's this, he's that, he's great. You know, he's not like all the rest of them. Yes, the fuck he is. He's just like the rest of them. He's worse than all of them, which is saying a lot, because most of our politicians, especially the Republicans, are fucking evil.
Then that means that our elections are decided by bullets rather than ballots, because they're decided by the implicit.
I feel like instead of defending Mike Huckabee, he kind of just is taking his saying and trying to put his own spin on it instead of, even doing a defense for Mike, which kind of, it's not good either way.
Coercive force of the state, of the regime. As is often the case with Mike Huckabee, what he's saying is obviously true. And the liberals are pursuing that strategy. Do not confuse yourself. Don't think it's hyperbole or that we're all paranoid with tinfoil hats. The liberals are explicitly trying to keep Trump off the ballot.
The tinfoil hat thing is, Michael, you said it yourself, so I don't even need to say it. You're the one who literally just said it yourself, so I don't even need to sit here and say it. But that's going to be it for this video, and it's like I said, if you guys want to see me cover that Mike Huckabee clip, you can go onto my channel right now and watch that. It'll be, if you're watching this video, it'll be the second video on my uploads tab. I believe it's called something like, they're not even trying to hide it anymore, so definitely make sure that you go and check that out if you haven't already.